my house, you are too boring. I need a Gen Z wife. Someone that will spend my money. 500,000 naira for a phone? That is too much.
You wanted a Gen Z wife, Abby? This is what we Gen Z babes do. We like fine things. We like expensive things.
My people, you see, so many, they don't know what they want until it burns them. Let me tell you about Emmanuel Okonkwo, a man whose eyes were bigger than his pocket could carry. But before I tell you this story, please like and subscribe to this channel and also comment where you are watching from. I want to know how far this beautiful story has gone, so I will be inspired to create more stories like this. Emmanuel was not just any man in Umuaja village. No. This man had money, real money, the kind of money that made people greet him twice. Good morning, sir. Good morning again, sir. He owned the biggest provision store in the village. He had a bakery that supplied bread to 3 neighboring villages. And his poultry farm, hey, the chickens there were so many that even the chickens themselves got confused. But you see, my people, Emmanuel had a wife. Her name was Grace Okonkwo. This woman, I tell you, she was the type of wife that other men prayed for in church. Every Sunday, they would see her and whisper to God, Papa God, this kind of wife, give me my own. Grace was calm like still water. She was respectful. When Emmanuel talked, Grace listened. When Emmanuel was happy, Grace was happier. When Emmanuel was sad, Grace became his comfort. See, this woman supported her husband like a strong pillar supports a house. There was one time, Emmanuel's bakery had a problem. The oven broke down and he needed 300,000 naira to fix it. Where would he get such money? Business was slow and the banks were not smiling at anybody. But Grace, what did she do? This woman went to her small savings, the money she had been keeping for her own trading business, and she gave it to Emmanuel. All of it. Take it, my husband, she said. Your success is my success. When you rise, I rise with you. My people, you see this kind of wife. She was gold, pure gold. Grace would wake up at 5 in the morning to prepare food for Emmanuel before he went to supervise his businesses. She would iron his clothes with care, making sure every fold was perfect. In the evening, when Emmanuel returned home tired, his feet paining him from walking around the village, Grace would prepare warm water for him to wash his feet. Then she would serve him his food, sit beside him and ask about his day. How was business today, my husband? It was fine, my dear. Thank you for asking. This was their life. Simple, peaceful, sweet. But you see, my people, the devil is a liar, and the devil came to visit Emmanuel's eyes. It started small, like how trouble always starts. Emmanuel began to notice other women in the village. Not just notice them, but to compare them with Grace. These young girls, these Gen Z girls as they call them now, they were different. They wore tight jeans that showed their shape. They wore crop tops that exposed their bellies. They plaited Brazilian hair that reached their waists. Their lips were always shining with gloss, and their nails were painted in bright colors. Emmanuel would see them at the market, swaying their hips as they walked, their high heels clicking on the ground. He would see them at church, singing in the choir with voices like angels, but bodies like, well, you understand. He would see them at the beer parlor, laughing loudly, talking confident. Is this all you have to wear? Emmanuel asked her one evening. Grace looked at him surprised. My husband, what do you mean? I mean, look at you. You're always wearing these boring wrappers. Why can't you dress like other women? Why can't you wear those nice clothes, those jeans, those tops that show, Grace smiled softly. My husband, I am your wife. I dress respectfully as a married woman should. Those clothes are for young girls who are still searching for husbands. I have already found mine. But Emmanuel was not satisfied. You are too cold, Grace, too boring. Life with you is like eating plain rice every day. Where is the pepper? Where is the spice? My people, can you imagine? This man was comparing his good wife to pepper and spice. Grace tried to laugh it off. My husband, you are joking. Come and eat your food before it gets cold. But Emmanuel was not joking, and that was how the trouble started. Days turned to weeks, and Emmanuel's complaints increased. Grace, you don't excite me anymore. Grace, you are too quiet. Grace, why don't you talk back to me sometimes? Grace. The poor woman was confused. What did her husband want? She was doing everything a good wife should do. She was cooking, cleaning, supporting him, respecting him. What more could she do? One Saturday evening, Emmanuel came home late, very late. Grace had kept his food warm, waiting for him. When he entered the house, she smiled and greeted him. Welcome, my husband. Your food is ready. But Emmanuel looked at her with anger in his eyes, anger that Grace did not deserve. I don't want your food, he shouted. Grace was shocked. My husband, what is wrong? Did something happen? What is wrong? What is wrong? You are what is wrong. Look at you, standing there like a maid. I am tired of this boring life. I am tired of you. My people, you see how the devil works. This man who used to thank God for Grace was now calling her boring. Grace's eyes filled with tears, but she wiped them quickly. My husband, please tell me what I have done wrong. I will change. I will do better. Just tell me what you want. I want excitement. I want fire. I want a woman who can match my level. Look at me. I'm a successful man. I have money. I have businesses. And you, what do you have? Just your rappers and your quiet voice. For weeks, Emmanuel continued this torture. He would insult Grace, he would compare her to other women, he would come home and refuse to eat her food, he would sleep in the parlor instead of their bedroom. The whole village began to notice that something was wrong in the Okonkwo household. Grace's friends came to advise her. Grace, what is happening? Why is your husband treating you like this? I don't know, Grace would cry. I don't know what I have done wrong. Then one day, Emmanuel made his decision. He packed Grace's things and threw them outside. Leave my house, he commanded. My husband, please. Grace fell on her knees, begging. Please don't do this. I am your wife. Whatever I have done, I will change, please. But Emmanuel's heart had turned to stone. I don't want you anymore. I want a different kind of wife, a Gen Z wife, a hot wife, someone with fire. You are too cold for me. Go back to your father's house. My people, Grace begged, She held his legs and cried. She rolled on the ground. She called on God to witness. But Emmanuel did not listen. He pushed her away and locked the door against her. And that was how Grace, the good wife, the supportive wife, the respectful wife, was sent away like a common criminal. The village people shook their heads in pity. Emmanuel has made a mistake. That Grace was a good woman. Where will he find another one like her? But Emmanuel was not listening to anyone. His eyes were already on someone else. Someone hot. Someone spicy. Someone he thought would give him the excitement he was looking for. My people, you see this life. When a man refuses sense, only experience can teach him. And Emmanuel was about to learn a very big lesson.
My people, see drama. Emmanuel was now a free man, also he thought. He wasted no time at all. Just 2 weeks after sending Grace away, Emmanuel was already looking for a new wife. And not just any wife, he wanted the hottest girl in the village and the neighboring villages. Her name was Jasmine. Jasmine. This girl was something else. She was 23 years old, tall like a model, with a body that made men stumble when they walked. Her skin was light, almost yellow, because she was using every bleaching cream available in the market. Her hair was always new. Every 2 weeks she changed it. Brazilian hair today, Peruvian hair next week, bone straight, water curls, you name it. Her nails were long and painted in different colors with diamonds stuck on them. And her clothes, my people, her clothes. Jasmine wore the tightest jeans you could ever see. Jeans so tight that people wondered how she managed to breathe. She wore crop tops that exposed her flat belly and her belly ring. She wore high heels that made her walk like she was dancing. And her makeup was always on point. Her lips were always glossy, her eyebrows were always drawn perfectly, and her face was always contoured to the gods. Every young man in the village wanted Jasmine. Every single one. But Jasmine's eyes were on the big fish. She wanted a man with money, a man who could afford her expensive lifestyle. And when she heard that Emmanuel Okonkwo had divorced his wife, she smiled to herself. Perfect, she said. Emmanuel saw Jasmine at the market one afternoon. She was buying vegetables, bending down in her tight jeans, her crop top riding up to show more skin. Emmanuel stood there, staring like a man who had seen a vision. Good afternoon, sir, Jasmine greeted him, her voice sweet like honey. Good afternoon, Emmanuel stammered. This rich man, this confident businessman was stammering like a small boy. I heard about what happened with your wife, Jasmine said, touching his arm gently. I'm so sorry. You deserve better. My people, you see manipulation. This girl knew exactly what she was doing. Thank you, my dear, Emmanuel said, his chest swelling with pride. Yes, I deserve better. I deserve someone like you. Jasmine smiled, showing her perfect white teeth. Someone like me? Oh, sir, you are too kind. From that day, Emmanuel began to chase Jasmine. He would send her gifts, money for hair, money for clothes, money for shoes, money for makeup. Jasmine would collect everything with a sweet smile and a thank you, daddy. Within 1 month, Emmanuel proposed marriage. Yes, my people, 1 month. The same man who was married to Grace for 5 years threw her away and married Jasmine after 1 month. The village people were shocked. This Emmanuel has lost his senses, they said. That Jasmine is not a wife material. She is a enjoying material. But Emmanuel did not listen. He was blinded by Jasmine's beauty and her hot body. He organized a big wedding, invited the whole village, and married Jasmine in grand style. On the wedding night, Emmanuel was the happiest man in the world. Finally, he had the hot wife he wanted, the Gen Z wife, the spicy wife. At first, everything seemed perfect. Jasmine would wake up in the morning and dress up beautifully. She would wear those tight clothes that Emmanuel loved. She would cook food, not as delicious as Grace's food, but Emmanuel did not mind. He was too busy staring at her body to notice the taste of the food. This is life, Emmanuel would say to his friends. This is what I call a wife. Look at how she dresses. Look at how she walks. Look at how she talks. This is a proper Gen Z wife. His friends would shake their heads quietly, but Emmanuel did not see. Jasmine knew how to play her role well. She would call Emmanuel baby and honey and my love. She would hug him and kiss him in public, something Grace would never do because she was respectful and modest. But Emmanuel loved it. He loved the attention. He loved showing off his hot wife to the village. See my wife, he would boast. Is she not beautiful? Is she not hot? This is what a real man deserves. But my people, you see this life, what's that sweet can turn sour very quickly. After about 3 months of marriage, Jasmine started showing her true colors. It started with small requests. Baby, she said one morning, I need money for new hair. How much? Emmanuel asked. Just 150,000 naira. It's the new Brazilian hair that just came from Lagos. All the girls are wearing it. Emmanuel's eyes widened. 150,000 naira for hair? Just hair? Jasmine's face changed immediately. Her sweet smile disappeared. Just hair? Just hair? So you think I married you to look ugly? You think I will use cheap hair on my head? If you cannot afford me, you should have stayed with that your boring first wife. My people, see wahala. Emmanuel quickly brought out the money. He did not want trouble.
But that was just the beginning. The next week, Jasmine wanted new shoes, the latest navy shoes from the boutique in town, 70,000 naira. The week after, she wanted a new wrapper. Not the ordinary wrapper that Grace used to wear. This was a designer wrapper from Abuja, 200,000 naira. Then she wanted new makeup, then new bags, then new jewelry, then. Emmanuel's money was flowing out like water from a broken pipe. Every day, Jasmine wanted something new. Every single day. Baby, I saw this new wig in town, just 200,000. My love, my friend bought new shoes. I need the same one, just 80,000. Honey, there is a new phone. All the girls are using it, just 500,000. 500,000 naira for phone. My people, can you imagine? Emmanuel tried to complain. Jasmine, this is too much. You are spending too much money. But Jasmine would look at him with fire in her eyes. Too much? Too much? Are you not the one who wanted a Gen Z wife? Are you not the one who said your first wife was too boring? Well, this is what Gen Z wives do. We like good things. We like expensive things. If you cannot afford it, tell me now and I will leave. And Emmanuel, because he was afraid of losing his hot wife, would shut his mouth and provide the money. My people, this is how foolishness works. When a man uses his eyes instead of his brain, he will pay the price. Hey, my people, you see this life. When rain is falling, nobody knows who is naked. But when the sun comes out, everybody will see. Emmanuel was about to be exposed. You see, all this spending that Jasmine was doing, it was affecting Emmanuel's businesses seriously. The money he was supposed to use to buy goods for his provision store, he was using it to buy hair for Jasmine. The money for the bakery maintenance, he was using it to buy clothes for Jasmine. The money for the poultry farm, he was using it to buy shoes for Jasmine. And business, my people, business does not forgive. If you don't invest, you don't profit. Simple. Emmanuel's provision store started running low on goods. Customers would come and ask for things, and he would not have them. Do you have milk? No, it is finished. Do you have sugar? No, it is finished. Do you have bread? No, the bakery is not working well. Slowly, customers started going to other stores. Why would they come to Emmanuel's store when there was nothing to buy? The bakery was even worse. The big oven broke down completely, and Emmanuel did not have money to fix it. The small oven could only produce a few loaves of bread, not enough to supply the villages. His buyers went to other bakers, and just like that, Emmanuel lost his bakery business. The poultry farm collapsed too. The chickens started dying because Emmanuel could not afford good feed and medicine. He had to sell the remaining chickens at a loss. In less than 1 year, Emmanuel Okonko, the wealthy man of Umuaja village, became a poor man. The businesses that took him 10 years to build came crashing down in just 1 year because of a hot wife. My people, see destruction. When the money finished, when Emmanuel could no longer provide money every week, Jasmine's true character came out fully. And oh, it was not a pretty sight. One evening, Emmanuel came home tired and hungry. He had been walking around the village all day, trying to beg people to lend him money. Nobody wanted to help him. He entered the house expecting to find food waiting for him, the way Grace used to do. But what did he see? Nothing. The kitchen was empty. No food, no smell of cooking, nothing.
Jasmine was in the bedroom, lying on the bed, pressing her phone and laughing. Jasmine, Emmanuel called. Where is the food? Jasmine did not even look up from her phone. What food? I am asking, where is the food? I am hungry. Jasmine kissed her teeth. Am I your house help? If you are hungry, go to the kitchen and cook for yourself. My people, you see disrespect? Emmanuel could not believe his ears. Jasmine, what kind of talk is this? You are my wife. You should cook for me. Now, Jasmine sat up on the bed and looked at him with disgust in her eyes. Wife? Wife, let me ask you, are you taking care of me like a husband should? When last did you give me money? When last did you buy me anything? And you are here opening your mouth to talk about food. But Jasmine, you know that business is not moving well now. Things are hard. I don't have money like before. That is your problem, not mine. When you had money, we were enjoying. I was eating good food, wearing good clothes, looking fine. Now that you are broke, you want me to suffer with you? Never, not me. I am not your first wife, that foolish Grace that was following you around like a goat. Emmanuel felt like someone had poured cold water on him. Jasmine, please don't talk like this. I am your husband. We are supposed to support each other in good times and bad times. Jasmine laughed, a wicked laugh. Support you? Support you? My friend, get out of my sight. You are too lazy. That is why your business collapsed. You are a useless man. Even your first wife could not stay with you because you are useless. Don't talk about Grace like that. Grace was a good woman. She supported me. Then go and look for her. Jasmine screamed. Go and marry her again. I don't care. Me, I am not that kind of woman. I am a Gen Z babe. I need a man with money. A man who can take care of me. Not a poor, useless man like you. My people, Emmanuel just stood there, his mouth open, shock written all over his face. This was the same Jasmine who used to call him baby and honey. The same Jasmine who used to hug him and kiss him. Now she was calling him useless. From that day, life became hell for Emmanuel in his own house. Jasmine stopped cooking completely. She stopped cleaning the house. She would wake up in the morning, dress up in her finest clothes and go out. Emmanuel would ask her where she was going and she would tell him to mind his business. She would come back late at night, sometimes at midnight, smelling of expensive perfume and alcohol. Emmanuel would ask her where she was coming from and she would shout at him, "Don't question me. Who are you? Are you my father? When you were spending your money foolishly, did I question you? Now leave me alone." Sometimes Emmanuel would not see her for 2-3 days. She would just disappear. When she came back, she would be wearing new clothes, new hair, new everything. Emmanuel knew that another man was taking care of her. But what could he do? He had no money. He had no power. He had nothing. One day, Emmanuel woke up very hungry. He had not eaten anything substantial for 2 days. He went to the kitchen hoping to find at least gari to soak. But there was nothing. The kitchen was completely empty. He went to the bedroom where Jasmine was sleeping. "Jasmine, please, I am very hungry. Can you give me some money to buy food?" Jasmine opened one eye and looked at him like an insect. "Money? Do I look like a bank to you? Go and work. Go and hustle. You are a man, are you not? Or are you a woman? Why are you here begging me for money like a child begging for sweets?" "But Jasmine, I am your husband." "Husband? What kind of husband has no money? What kind of husband cannot feed himself? You are not a husband. You are a liability, a burden, a useless somebody." Emmanuel felt tears coming to his eyes, but he tried to be strong. "Jasmine, this is not fair. When I had money, I gave you everything you wanted. Now that I don't have, you are treating me like trash." "Yes, because that is what you are, trash. When you had money, I stayed. Now you don't have money. Why should I pretend? This is Gen Z, baby. We don't do fake love. We do what benefits us. And you, my dear, are no longer beneficial." My people, can you see? Can you see what Emmanuel brought into his life? He thought he wanted fire, but he did not know that fire burns. Emmanuel dragged himself out of the house that day, hungry and hopeless. As he walked through the village, he remembered Grace, sweet, kind, supportive Grace. Grace who would have cooked for him even if there was 1 cup of rice in the house. Grace who would have encouraged him and told him that things would get better. Grace who would have prayed with him and supported him. But where was Grace now? Gone, sent away because of foolishness.